this has to be one of the most drastic setup changes that you guys have seen by far. Welcome to my new insane 2025 setup tour. All right, so I have been trying to build the ultimate creator setup for me and my needs. I've been trying to put together the perfect mixture between minimal yet effective for streaming, effective for creating, and effective for gaming. The number one goal from this space being I come in here and I can do what I need to do across the board. So I wanted a place where I could relax on a nice couch and watch some TV on some downtime, or come over and get some serious work done in my editing station, but then be able to turn around, not to change anything up, and conveniently stream for hours on end. And I feel like I've accomplished that. All right, now let's get into the actual desk, which happens to be the sponsor of today's video. So this desk is from a company called VERNAL. And yes, this whole entire L-shaped desk setup is a standing desk. VERNAL Space specializes in ergonomic products crafted with a sleek modern aesthetics, so you could keep a stylish home office experience. I chose to opt in what they call the executive standing desk, for example, where it includes these frame reinforcing sides that give it a more modern desk look. So not only do the panels make the desk look better, they help strengthen the frame, which is already solid to begin with. I mean, this thing is insane. It doesn't even wobble in comparison to some of the previous standing desks that I tested out, even at its highest setting. Now, with me being a full-time streamer and content creator, I genuinely wanted a workspace where everything could be in one place. I've always wanted to switch to an L-shaped desk setup, and I always liked the idea of having a standing desk setup, but none of them were realistic until I came across VERNAL. The desk was actually super easy to set up with a fast assembly and clear instructions. I brought every single piece upstairs and put this entire thing together by myself in a short evening after I finished my stream. You guys know I love desks by now. With the quality of this, the options for designs, and the many accessories they offer, it makes it super easy and convenient to be a complete setup in one system. Like, for example, the mouse and keyboard accessory that you can get to install under, which I actually used for my audio setup. With all that being said, I find it really hard to not recommend this to anyone. They're currently having a promotion for Black Friday alongside with some other discounts, including up to 50% off of products site-wide. Be sure to use any links that I have for VERNAL Space in the description of the video so you can enjoy 6% additional on top of your products while you can. Okay, so now that we've gone over the desk, let's go over all the things on it. First off, we have where I game and stream. For my stream camera, I've been using the Sony FX30 with the Sony 15mm 1.4. I know this is expensive for a stream camera, but I wanted to add this camera to my arsenal so that way I could stack it with the Sony FX3. And then while it's sitting around in here, like, I know I have zero problems, zero limitations with this being a stream camera. I mean, it's essentially a cinema camera for a stream cam. Underneath it, I'm using the Elgato Stream Deck XL. I still haven't filled up 90% of the buttons on this. I don't even know if I really need the XL, but they sent it to me, so I figured why not. For my microphone mount, I'm using the newest addition to Elgato's Pro mic arm lineup. I like this version because it's up a little higher and then it's gas mounted, so you can really move your microphone around. I'm using the notorious Shure SM7B. And then I actually have my audio setup routed in the desk tray that comes with this desk. And then in there, I'm still using my preamp, which is a DBX 286S. And then I'm just using the Focusrite Scarlett as my audio interface. For the monitor, I really wanted to have like a great gaming experience, so I went with an OLED 1440p 240 hertz monitor. Gaming on this monitor is an experience, especially since I just upgraded my PC to include the 4080 Super. So I'm running an i9 4080 Super, 32 gigabytes of RAM in the machine. So the PC back here is my main gaming rig, and then I'm running a dual PC setup, which we'll get to in a second. But this thing is more than capable of pushing out 1440p 240 hertz on really any game that I've come across so far. For the mouse and keyboard, I'm still using a drop keyboard that they sent me, and I found some keycaps and a dope cable to put on it. I really can't tell you too much about this. I just like the aesthetic from it. Still rocking the glorious wrist pad, so that way I don't get carpal tunnel. And then lately for my gaming mouse, I've been rocking the new High Ground mouse. This thing is actually, it's pretty good. It's like lightweight. It really reminds me a lot of like the G Pro series. Lightweight, long battery life. I think it's got like 70 hours, so I rarely have to plug it in. It's just a clutch little mouse. Now moving over to the stream setup, it's super minimal. I've tucked away this PC on the backside that I've had for years. It's got like an i7 2080 Ti in it, nothing crazy. And then for the monitor, I'm using an Asus ProArt 4K 32-inch display. And this is only 60 Hertz. I figured for the stream PC, I really don't need anything fancy. I don't need to run higher frame rate. I just need to be able to stream. The big thing is I wanted a clear 4K display so that way I could put the monitor back and still clearly be able to read chat. Now you'll notice the desk is pretty clean because there's not an additional mouse and keyboard. That's because moving over to the Mac and editing setup, I've taken the wireless Logitech mouse and keyboard that I have for that setup, and they have 3 programmable options for each, the mouse and keyboard. So I've bound one program being for the stream PC. So anytime I go live, so that way I can control my stream PC, I switch that mouse and keyboard over to that. And then when I'm done streaming and I'm editing, I just switch them back to the Mac. So for the editing setup, I'm using my M2 Ultra Mac Studio. I've been using this for like a year and a half now. My new MacBook runs just fine, but I really just love having this dedicated station, like having a Mac Studio just tucked away in the corner that can handle like all this stuff. Like this thing is gonna be great for anything that I do for like the next few years. For the Creative Station monitor, I had to have ultra wide. I'm a big ultra wide fan for like creative landscape. I also want an OLED. I just love the look of the gaming monitor that I use. And with that, LG has a 1440p ultra wide 240 Hertz OLED display. So I had to splurge and get this, especially because the Mac Studio M2 Ultra and above, their HDMI port is capable of 240 Hertz. Realistically, I don't need a higher frame rate for creating content for like editing, but just sitting on that and moving around, like, I just love how crystal clear and fast the refresh rate is. It's just something that I've become accommodated to, and I just want it. For the audio, still using a Focusrite Scarlett. And then I have these 2 little pre-Sonos speakers in the background to just have monitor speakers to edit to. And then the rest of the room, it's pretty much the same shit that you guys have seen. Shoe collection, same shoe boxes, same couch in the background, some of the same decor on the walls. About the only additional things that I've gotten is more stuff from events, like collectibles that you guys have given me when I've met you. We got the addition of the YouTube plaque, which again, thank you guys so much. I've never really talked about it before, but for the TV in the back, I have this LG Nano gaming display TV. Eventually I want to bring a PS5 in here and mount it on the wall. So that way I have like a PS5 area to game too, because this TV is 4K 144 Hertz, I believe. But I got some Govee lights behind this to shine off of the Elgato Wavelength panels in the back. Again, I just wanted to have like a TV in here, so that way some evenings I just kick back and relax, work on my MacBook, and just throw up some of the homies on the TV in the background. Just a nice aesthetic to have. Some days, even if I'm streaming with a homie, I like to throw them up on the additional TV and just give them that extra lurking view. But yeah, this was a huge upgrade for me this year. I think I really did a good job at like setting up this room to accommodate this all-in-one idea. Moving to the L-shaped setup has been game-changing. I know that this desk was a part of today's deal, but I don't have any plans of moving away from this desk setup. I was actually very excited that I had the opportunity to have this win-win, because I've been interested in a legitimate L-shaped desk setup that would fill the room like this for some time now. And the fact that it's a standing desk on top of it is just so awesome. The other day I recorded a Gamba video for the Gamba YouTube, and I was just like, I'm gonna record this standing up. And it was just so nice to be able to do something like that. It's just such a convenience for me. But yeah, that's my room setup for 2025. I think it's gonna be a productive year. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. That's all I got for you guys today. I'm out, peace, deuces.